What's up guys? Welcome back. It's your girl Jazz, and today I'm doing a little bit more of an informative rather than a review, so to speak, on this particular topic. In case you don't know, I have horrible allergies to the point that I used to end up in the hospital at least once a month growing up. It was that bad. And I wish I was exaggerating, but no. You can ask my parents. We would spend at least overnight there. But anyways, part of the reason why I'm doing this video is to kind of give you a little bit of information about immunotherapy. In case you don't know what it is, it's basically kind of, most people would know it as allergy shots. But there's actually a new method that you can do other than allergy shots, and they're actually called allergy drops. But before we get into that, I'm going to give you a little bit of background about my kind of progress to get into the whole situation of going from the allergy shots to the allergy drops. For starters, I hate shots. I'm completely terrified of them. It's probably, it took a lot of convincing to get me to finally get the shots, because I mean, the entire summer I would be out. I would usually spend a lot of time in bed, sleepy, drugged up with allergy pills, decongestants, you name it, I took it. And I still had absolutely no relief. On top of that, I have the allergy-induced asthma. So, like I said, I was just miserable pretty much, constantly, because I'm allergic to so many grasses and trees, which, yeah, there's absolutely no way of avoiding those, especially if you want to spend the summer outside. So a lot of times, I didn't. I was just in bed, sleep, miserable, box full of tissues just stacked up, going through a box of tissues a day, and I'm not even exaggerating, raw nose and all. But anyways, so I finally was able to get convinced to take allergy shots, and I did that for, probably about 2 years, and it did help. The first shot that I took, it was a night and day difference. So if you have really bad allergies, consider doing immunotherapy. Now, what kind you do, that's up to you. But like I said, I'm going to give you a little bit of background information from how I got from allergy shots to allergy drops. Allergy drops are actually kind of a newer thing. But anyways, back to the shots. I did it for about 2 years, and they kind of do like very small dosages. And so you don't go from, A to B, or, from A to Z right off the bat. You're going to go from A to B. And it's actually, I went through 5 different vials. Again, this is my personal, story of how I did the allergy shots, so everybody may be different. So I did the allergy test, and I found out that I'm severely allergic to just about everything. I did get tested on my back, and they pretty much did a giant grid from what I felt, because of course I couldn't see anything, I was laying down, and it was just across my entire back. Initially, and they tested pretty much anything and everything that I could, not anything and everything, but a lot of the common allergies, a lot of the grasses, the trees, cats, dogs, I don't even remember everything that was listed on there, but a lot of different things. It does not include food allergies, so it's just environmental allergies, just to be clear. That's a whole nother test that I didn't get tested for because I don't have any typical food allergies, or I didn't suspect I have any food allergies, should I say. So it's just all environmental allergies. And pretty much my back was on fire after that, and I was miserable. And also, by the way, you have to go an entire week without any type of antihistamine. So yes, I was miserable. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Surprisingly enough, I was able to survive, because I think it was kind of one of those fortunate periods where I didn't have to take any, and I actually survived the entire week without being miserable or anything like that. But needless to say, I got tested, and I ended up having to take, they ended up giving me 3 different shots. So I have to take 3 different shots every week. Everybody's different. I know that there are some people that had to take 2 shots. There's some people that have to take 4 shots. It all depends on what you're allergic to and the serum that they mix for you. Other than that, I took, after the initial first shot, like I said, it's just very minimal of each vial, because I had 3 vials, which is 3 shots. I was a night and day difference. I did not sneeze. I did not have any, huge reactions or anything like that. It wasn't until the second vial, because like I said, I have 3, they have what they call levels of vials. So each one they get a little bit stronger. So the first vial, it was, I don't even know what the percentage is, so I can't even tell you. But it had some, and then each week I went in, they gave me a little bit more of that vial until I was out, and then they moved me to the next vial. And it was 5 vials total. So I went through A, B, C, D, and E. Once I got to E, and I hit what they call the maintenance level, which is the maximum that they can give me for the, basically to hit me maintenance, and then I'm supposed to stay on that for a while. So to backtrack a little bit, I'd say maybe about halfway through vial A, that's when I started getting some of the take it back, probably vial B, about midway through vial B, I started getting more reactions to it. So all through vial A, I was fine, took the shots, no problems at all. Once I started getting to the vial B, that's when I started getting stronger, and then of course each week they gave me a little bit more. I think maybe like half a cc more each week. I could be wrong as far as the quantity that they gave me. But that's when I started seeing more of the reactions. I started having to wear ice packs before I took my shots. So I started having to wear ice packs before I got my shots to kind of numb out my arms. And even, so that would help me, just doing that, because it wasn't as, because I would actually feel burning when the shot, because it got I started feeling more of the effects of the allergens that were being injected into me. It actually started to burn when I felt the needle go in. I couldn't even look at them do the needle, but I felt the needle go in. And it felt like just a burning sensation. That's the reason why I started doing the ice pack. And also they did even put some lidocaine, I think is what it's called, to kind of numb out my skin a little bit as they were doing the shot, to kind of help me more of a reaction. That helped initially. However, after I left, because once you get your shot, you have to wait 30 minutes to make sure that you don't have any other physical reactions to it. So, and also did have to carry an EpiPen with me every time I went in as well. So I had to take an antihistamine, and I had to carry what they call my emergency pack, which is an EpiPen, every single time that I went in. So it was time consuming, because I went in once a week, every week, having to drive there, get my shot, wait 30 minutes, and then, carry on with my day. But after I would leave the doctor's office, especially in the summer, because the summer heats are no joke, getting into 100 degrees, my arms would swell up. I'm pretty sure I did some videos after taking them. You can see my arms where they're swollen up. It looks really bad. It looks bruised up. I'm pretty sure I did some videos afterwards, kind of fighting through, feeling a bit miserable. But I'd probably say maybe about 2 or 3 days, I started feeling a little bit better after my arms would stop swelling, kind of go down a little bit. And so I did that for about a good 3 years, and I did hit maintenance, although there'd be times where I would slack off, not go for a while, and I would have to kind of build up to maintenance again. So not strongly suggested at all. And just in case, just to be clear what the maintenance is again, maintenance is once you've hit the maximum of the allergy shots that they're going to give you, once you hit your last vial, and you've hit the maximum dosage, should I say, for that vial, and basically you can't go any higher. So once I hit my max or my maintenance level, I would still get pains in my arm to the point where my arm was going numb. And it's not just that one time, it was the entire week and I would actually intentionally skip weeks because my arm would just hurt so much because it would hit a nerve. Yes, I was getting, numbness in my arms to the point, I would skip weeks. I would have shooting pains in my arm because it would hit nerves, and the doctor told me that's just pretty much normal. And I knew after a while, if this continued on, pretty much I was going to have permanent nerve damage just because of the repetition. And the only place that they can give your shots on allergies is on your arm. I try to do more on the back of my arm, but sometimes they would do closer to my elbow, which was hit closer to the nerves, which my entire arm would go numb. It was just kind of it was beneficial as far as my allergies, but as far as my arms and my nerves, it was pretty bad. And so I'm not saying this to try and scare you away or discourage you or anything like that. I'm just telling you from my personal experience. So please don't get scared about allergy shots because everybody's experience is different. Depending on who I went to, which nurse I went to, would depend on pretty much how much pain I was in, because some of them knew to kind of hit more on my more meaty area on the back of my arm, so that way it doesn't hit as much nerves, versus kind of lower in the closer to the elbow or towards the forearm, because I had a little bit more muscle there. So they would hit more towards the back. And of course, like I said, everybody's experience is different, so I don't want to scare you away. But after a while, I decided to kind of, lean away from that, because my arms were just killing me. And also, it was just time consuming having to go there every single week. Just the traffic and, having to make sure that I was there by a certain time, and kind of interfered with my schedule. So I started looking for a little bit of a different method, because I didn't want to stop doing immunotherapy because it helped me so much. So I took a break from it. I'd probably say in about November. And then in February, my allergies started kind of revving up again. So I'm like, okay, I need to find something different. So I did a little bit of research and I found something called allergy drops, or also called sublingual drops. And pretty much what does that mean? It just means it's under the tongue. Sublingual is just underneath the tongue. And so what is it? It's just a simple drop. And so I actually had to get retested for my allergies to see what I'm allergic to, because I had gone through the immunotherapy, so I didn't know if that had affected my allergies or not. So we're going to see a little short video of me being a little crybaby, as I was so politely described as, to do the allergy test again. They did a little bit different. They did it on my arm instead, so we're going to check out that video right here.
What is rubbing alcohol?
It doesn't hurt. You didn't feel anything.
Lies.
Probably feel like a pinch.
Oh no, I felt that one.
Stop making faces.
Alright, so now you see my lovely experience of me being a little crybaby. Because like I said, I'm not a fan of needles at all. Fortunate enough to find this place, and they were able to get me in quite quickly. Just a fair warning, if you do find a doctor that does immunotherapy, it does not mean that you're guaranteed to have allergy drops or allergy shots, so you may need to call them to find out what they provide. Some of them do both allergy drops, and shots. Some of them just do drops, some of them do shots. So it just depends on what you're luckily, have in your area and in your network. Unfortunately for me, my insurance did not cover the drops at all. So I'm having to pay completely out of pocket, which it's not as expensive as I thought it'd be, especially considering allergy drops are not covered by my insurance at all. And from what I recall from my doctor saying that because it is so new, most insurance are not going to cover them. This little bottle right here cost me $60 a month, or I'm sorry, $60 a bottle. And that sounds kind of expensive, but considering the fact that it lasts 3 months, $20 a month, not bad at all. Especially considering I don't have to worry about, being miserable. Now, let me backtrack on that one as far as being miserable. I do have bad days. Just like with any type of immunotherapy, it may not work 100% of the time, but it will help you maintain it. I'd say it was probably about 2 months in before I started finally feeling better, because I'd I promise you, it felt like I was popping allergy pills like I was candy. It felt like every 2 seconds, or at least that's what I wanted to do. I promise you the allergy pills were being hidden from me because they were being rationed out to me. Because if it was up to me, I would pop one every 5 minutes because I was that miserable. But it was just my body getting accustomed to it. And yes, this drop right here is customized just for me. So, you know, even if I were to meet you on the street, tell you about it, I'm like, hey, can I try this out? No, you can't because it's customized for me. You would have to go get your own customized. And all you have to do, it's really simple, cut and dry. You just take one little drop under your tongue, and it's just a simple little drop. Oops. Just a little drop, which, as you can see, it's not too much. Sorry, Monger. It's not too much. You just hold it underneath your tongue for 20 seconds. I hold it for a minute just to kind of make sure that I do, you know, I have more than enough time rather than not enough time. So hold it under your tongue for 20 seconds, and then you can't eat or drink for 20 minutes after you take it. After that, you're done. You do that 3 times a day. You can do it twice in the morning, once in the evening. You do it morning, noon, and night. One in the morning, twice at night. It just depends on what's comfortable for you. I try to do it once in the morning, evening, or once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once in the evening, just so I'm not overdoing it for my body. And that way, you know, I kind of, you know, space it out so that way I don't have a huge reaction to it. One of the benefits of the allergy drops versus the shots is that you don't have to worry about any type of major reaction to it. I don't need to carry around an EpiPen or anything like that. I don't have to go to my doctor once a week to go get my shots. I don't have any other type of health problems for the most part. I don't have to worry about my arms swelling up, being self-conscious about that. I don't have to worry about a lot of different things, actually. And the only thing I have to really worry about is remembering to take it, because that's kind of I've been pretty good at it, but there are days where I kind of like, oh no, I forgot to take it during lunch. You know, I usually try and take it after I eat for my lunch. You know, kind of do breakfast, lunch, and dinner type of thing. But sometimes I'm not hungry during lunch, so I kind of skip it, or I get kind of busy at work. You know, it just depends. But I do try and do it 3 times a day. Or not try to do it 3 times a day. I do it 3 times a day. I try not to do it where it's like twice in the morning, once in the evening, or anything like that. I try to do, you know, space it out pretty nicely so my body doesn't have I don't feel any type of reaction as far as, you know, stuffy nose or anything like that. I still have some days where I'm kind of groggy a little bit from the allergies. Maybe it's just maybe somebody just cut the grass outside or something like that. And I kind of sort of maybe accidentally forget, you know, my allergy drop or my allergy pills. That's happened. Or, you know what? I'm going to blame it on the person that I normally blame it on. My rationer did not give me my pill for the day. That's my excuse. It's not my fault. I didn't get my daily ration. I'm just kidding. Of course, I can't blame anybody but myself because I have access to it this time around because I'm not trying to pop them left and right. But I do love the allergy drops. It's a lot more convenient. Every 3 months. This is actually my 2nd bottle right here. So I don't, you know, I'm going to have to take it, they said 3 to 5 years is what I'm going to have to continue taking it for. And like I said, it's my 2nd bottle. The first one, I actually had to go pick it up from the doctor. So I had my initial, the process that I went through to get this, I had my initial allergy test, and then I had to go back again probably about a week later to get my drops. And after that, I haven't seen my doctor since, and it's probably been about 4 months now. They have mailed the 2nd bottle to me in the mail, and that was pretty much it. Now I get it pretty much every 3 months. I don't have to worry about, you know, any type of, you know, what's going to happen. They take the money out of my account automatically. Actually, you know what? I take that back. It's not $60 a bottle. It's $60 a month. And I do apologize for that confusion. It's $60 a month, so I pay $180 for this one little bottle, but it's better than and less time consuming than having to go get shots. So I kind of have to put my time, you know, as part of my cost in there. I don't have to worry about, you know, being there at a certain time, being anywhere at a certain time, unless I already have events planned, which is a completely different story. But as far as my allergies, I haven't had any issues with it. I absolutely love them. It comes in different flavors. Mine currently is flavored strawberry. I was offered, I believe it was apple. I know it was grape was an option, of course, strawberry. There was another flavor. I can't remember. I want to say blackberry, but I could be wrong on that one. But I know that there was 4 different flavors that they offered me, and also unflavored, which they told me just tasted like a sugar water. So I chose strawberry. They also let me kind of sample the flavors before I actually picked which flavor I wanted. I need to ask if I can change the flavor because I'm kind of getting tired of tasting strawberry. But it's not too bad. The only time I'm not a huge fan of it is in the morning, because after I brush my teeth on my way to work, that's usually when I take it so I can remember it. And, it doesn't interfere with me eating breakfast or drinking coffee or anything like that in the morning. Because it's about a 20-minute drive for me. So by the time I get to work, I'm ready to start my day, and I don't have to worry about, waiting any more time before I can drink anything or snack, whatever the case may be. That's the only time I really have a problem with the flavor of it, because, just brushing your teeth, that sugar, it's not the best. Any type of sugar, even if it was unflavored, because they told me it was more of like a sugar water, so it's still going to be sweet. It still would have been, the most pleasant, but it's only 20 seconds, so it's not the worst tasting or the worst experience. It's pretty quick. And I usually don't taste it too much, because like I said, it is under the tongue, and it's a simple little drop, no more than, just a little drop, as I showed you before. It's not too much at all. What else can I tell you about the drops? The flavor, it's not strong. It's not too strong at all. It's sweet. And it doesn't taste like you're biting into a strawberry. So it's not overwhelmingly sweet. Just a little drop. Other than that, I absolutely love the drops. Definitely would recommend that if you have severe allergies or anything like that, or, just want to have your allergies under control. Definitely would recommend it. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer. If I haven't answered them already, I try to answer as much questions as I can to prevent them. I would definitely recommend the allergy drops over the allergy shots, just my personal experience, because of what I've been through. But whatever helps you, more power to you, whatever works. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. In the meantime, stay tuned and stay jazzy. Thanks for watching, guys.